Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Silik and we've got an exciting show in store for you this week. Now I don't think there are too many days during archery deer season that Jordan isn't in a tree somewhere in the state. What we're going to do on this week's show is get a bow hunting update from Jordan, and he's got a lot of exciting footage to share. You won't want to miss that. And Jimmy's got some other excitement in store for us this week.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a couple more stories on this week's show. We're going to spend a little bit of time at a gun range on this week's episode and learn what they're doing to become more a part of their community. We're also going to do a little shooting, and we're going to compare the ballistics of a 30-06, a 450 Bushmaster, and a 350 Legend. So some good stuff here before we get into the gun season. Lots of good stories on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Greenmark Equipment. Greenmark Equipment is a John Deere dealership network in southwest Michigan and northern Indiana. Greenmark provides sales and services to farmers, commercial businesses, large property owners, and homeowners. Information about pricing and products available can be found online at greenmarkequipment.com.
By G5 Outdoors, makers of the Quest and Prime bows, manufactured and designed in Memphis, Michigan. G5 offers a line of archery bows, broadheads, and accessories. On the web at g5outdoors.com.
This moment brought to you by DTE's Clean Vision. Well, it's the third week of October here. Best time of the year if you're a bow hunter here in Michigan. Things are really starting to pick up. If I'm being honest, it's been a pretty tough season. Had a couple good sits really early, and since then, it's just been kind of a bad combination of not a ton of time to hunt, and then when I have been able to hunt, the conditions haven't been very good, and keeping an eye on things around the state. I see a lot of hunters are killing some nice bucks here early, but I have had very few opportunities at any decent bucks, really. So I've got a couple of good deer still on trail camera. The season can change really fast once you get into late October, so not too worried about it, but it has been a sluggish start, and we'll have to see what happens here.
The first few weeks of bow season was full of good encounters, just not with the buck I was hoping to see. With things a little bit slow around home, I was excited to head north for our weekend at our family deer camp, and decided to throw the camera in and capture some of the action along the way.
We're up here in Walhalla, Michigan. This is our family cabin. We've had it actually for 55 years now. cabin's actually 50 years old. They had the property for like 5 years. My dad actually purchased it with a brother-in-law, and a friend. And over the years, we've whittled it down to 2 family members, so there's 2 of us that own it now. We recently had it logged off. We actually had, our woods was basically like state land. Really nothing to it, nothing different than black oaks, the whole thing. We had it logged off in 2007, and they just did some selective cutting. And here 3 years ago, we decided it was kind of all or nothing to go right into it. And so we had it aggressively logged off. And we're only 3 years into it, and we're seeing some really good growth. The deer are actually hanging on our property instead of just passing through now. And it's really been a pleasure. It's a family-owned cabin, and for example, this week here, it's myself, my sons, my nephews, and cousins. So it's really a good deal.
We made it to the cabin just in time for an evening hunt, so I decided to jump in the tree with my cousin Keegan, who was looking for his first buck at the cabin.
Yeah, our plan for the evening hunt was to come into this area about 100 yards over here on 2 small food plots. We've been seeing a lot of deer on camera lately that were shooters, so we're pretty excited to get in there early. We got in about 4 o'clock, got into the stand about 4:20. We were sitting for maybe 5 minutes, pretty excited to get up. We'd just gotten up to the cabin, so we were talking a little bit, and we noticed a buck coming right, maybe 10, 15 yards, coming out of some really thick stuff right towards us, and he was coming in pretty hot. So it was, I mean, as quick as we could without spooking him. He had his head down, so I was able to get my bow up, get around, and pulled back, and he came right across the trail, stopped him about 12 yards. When he ran out, it sounded good. It looked all right. My dad was sitting about 100 yards from us, and he came within about 40 yards with them, so he could see I hit him pretty good on him, but just a touch high. It was a lot of blood, so we were pretty excited there.
I think Keegan and I were both in disbelief at what had happened. We had literally been in the tree for about 5 minutes when this buck came sneaking through. With so much daylight left, we decided to sit tight on the off chance that something bigger might step out, something that would have been unheard of not long ago in this area.
You know, before the antler point restrictions, pretty much every buck that somebody saw got shot. And so times have changed quite a bit. The antler point restriction, along with quality deer management, we have neighbors that are into the quality deer management, and that's helping quite a bit. And the changes from when I was a kid till now is just astronomical. It's totally different hunting. And that's kind of the way all hunting seems to be going now, with the antler point restrictions and the quality deer management. But it's a good thing. It keeps the interest of the young, the young hunters.
You got some there, Mike?
There's blood there, Keeg.
Yeah.
What's up there? What's right here?
No way. Here we go. Let's go. Look at that guy. Keegan. Dunzo. Baby. Let's go, baby. Cabin buck.
The whole experience, you just can't beat it. We have about 10 guys up here, and we got everybody together to go tracking. This is the first buck I've ever killed up at the cabin, so had huge old tracking party, and didn't have to track them very long, and we found them, and can't beat it.
TV.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You betcha.
Set me right up.
That's awesome.
Mustache was made for TV.
Mustache was made for TV.
Hi, honey.
Late night track jobs and weekends at deer camp are pretty tough to beat, and are 2 of my favorite things about fall here in Michigan. After a fun weekend at deer camp, I headed back home, and before long was on another track job, this time with my younger brother Kevin, who had hit a buck he believed to be his biggest to date.
Check them out. So good? So far. Right off of here.
Dead buck right there. Dead buck right here. Yeah. How long have you guys seen it for? How long have you seen it for?
Let's go, baby.
We bandy. I don't know what to say. He is a stud.
Let's go.
Your biggest buck ever? How long have you guys seen it for? Tell me.
Coyote was already on this thing.
You guys just saw it from ways away?
I did.
Last chance here in Michigan, heading back to Tennessee tomorrow, and last chance buck, Sunday night, perfect night. Wind was perfect all day for this potential deer to come out of the bedding area and give me a look, and this freaking stud came out of the bedding area at 20 yards, and the shot was beautiful. The rest is history. It's awesome. My biggest buck by a long shot. I'm stoked. Kind of don't know what to say.
I wish all track jobs went like that.
Yeah.
Those are friendly.
It's awesome stuff.
In addition to having a nice set of antlers, Kevin's buck was one of the bigger bodied deer I've ever seen in person, dressing out at over 200 pounds in late October. After being a part of 2 successful hunts, I was anxious to get back in the tree to see if the good luck would continue.
Well, that is about as good of an encounter as you're going to have without releasing an arrow. I don't know what buck that was. Caught me off guard, came running and chasing a doe. It's October 25th. He was acting like she was in heat. I'm not sure, but the way he was chasing her, there was another buck with him. They ran right in here to 20 yards and stood broadside at 20 yards for what felt like 10 minutes. Probably 2 minutes at least. It's definitely the age class that I'm looking for, but just didn't recognize him, and it's in the past now, so let's hope it was the right decision.
October is my favorite month of the year, and I hate to see it go, but there's still lots of good deer hunting to be had. Good luck to all of the hunters out there, like me, hoping to fill a deer tag in November.
Good luck to all you deer hunters that still have a tag in your pocket. And what we're going to do now is head to a local gun range here in West Michigan and find out what they're doing to really attract people from their community. Less than a mile from my house is the North Ottawa Rod and Gun Club. Over the last few years, they have been doing more and more to reach out to the community that they are a part of, and I wanted to learn more about what they have going on.
1921 was when the club first started out here. So a little over 100 years now that we've just completed at this site. I've been a member for just about 50 years now out here that I've been shooting. Started when I was 15, so you can do the math for that. But we've had skeet, trap, sporting clays has only been the last few years, but mainly it was skeet and trap back then, and now we have, like I say, added sporting clays and some wobble trap coming in and a new house we're building.
My gun is named Greta, the Beretta.
How'd you get involved in this over here at the gun club?
Oh my gosh, so my husband in 2018 was getting ready to go to North Dakota bird hunting, and he found the club and he said, I'm gonna go out there and shoot. So he did, and he said, I want you to come with me next time. So I came out with him and he put me on a skeet station, and I kind of fell in love with it and have been coming back ever since. So We have been coming out probably an average of 2 to 3 times a week to shoot sporting clays or skeet. Skeet is my love.
Okay.
It's a game of perfection, and it's always fun to try to be perfect. I'm not perfect, but it's fun to try.
With the goal of getting new shooters to the club, I asked just what groups they were working with here in the community.
NORA, Outdoor Ed, the Northwest Ottawa Recreation Authority, I should say, and Outdoor Ed have been coming here for quite a few years. Outdoor Ed does a lot of their pistol, handgun, archery training here for all of the high school students. They just completed a week of it, as a matter of fact. NORA is out here on a regular basis, just about every Tuesday and Thursday, running archery classes. They have beginners, intermediates, and we're setting up an advanced range for them now. Well, that's one of our top priorities here, is reaching out to the community and the youth through the NORA and Outdoor Ed to get them involved and teach them things that they might not be learning at home. Just some of the basic outdoor skills and shotgun, rifle, and pistol, and enjoying some of the shooting sports. So we think it's top priority for us. That's our future. As everyone knows, having the kids involved is the next greatest step.
Derek Warner is the teacher of this outdoor ed class that runs through the local high school here in Grand Haven. It is a class with lots of outdoor activities other than the shooting sports, but it is a great way to introduce new folks to guns and gun safety.
I think it's vital that we do that. A lot of times the gun community gets a bad rap because of guns, but it's really critical to the community to know that we're here. We serve a lot of purposes. We work a lot with youth, both in high school and outside of high school. We do a lot of work with Boy Scouts. We do a lot of work with women groups. We just do a lot inside the community that a lot of people don't even realize that we do. You don't have to be a member to come out and shoot. It gives you a bit of a discount and gets you a little bit on the inside when you are a member, but you do not have to be a member to shoot. You can come out during our club hours, which changes across the course of the year. When you are a member, though, it gives you access to the club a lot more. We have cards that we shoot off of that you can buy targets for, and you don't have to have an open club to come out here and shoot, which really opens up the opportunities to be able to get out with a working person or a family or whatever the case may be.
But the goal is to try and get some of the women to do it more often and to feel more confident in it and comfortable with it. So we're really good at having plenty of people around who are really experienced, very non-threatening environment to get instruction and help if you want it. Work on hold point, work on lead and all those things. The conditions, the weather conditions are really that can really have an impact on how well you shoot, and just understanding that and how that can play into your shooting. And we have seasoned professionals here that really are good at helping people with that in, like I said, a very non-threatening environment. Women are very welcome to shoot, and the more the better. It's just a lot of fun. Not many like to take instruction from their husbands, so there are other gentlemen here that can help with that, and other women that can help with that. So just a sense of community is really what this is all about.
There really was a sense of community here, and it's really great to see a gun club being a real draw in the community for young and for the young at heart.
I just love shooting guns.
Yeah?
I shoot pistol, shoot trap, shoot skeet, sporting clays. I just like to shoot. Competition with yourself.
Yeah.
Takes your mind off everything else. And I have the honors of being the eldest lady shooter out here.
Nice.
Been shooting here since my teens.
Really?
And I'm nearly 70 now.
Wow.
So I've been doing this a long time, and I'm not an excellent shooter. Never had a 25 on skeet or trap, but I enjoy it. And I enjoy being with the ladies.
Nice.
The guys are okay too.
I have to say I had no idea just how much this club is doing in this community here in West Michigan. I really like the fact that as a member you could come out and shoot almost any time you wanted with this card system. By preloading the card you could come out and shoot trap, sporting clays, and skeet. Really a cool system. It's great to see gun clubs reaching out to the community, to have kids coming in and learning safe use of handguns, learning to shoot shotguns and rifles, learning about archery. It's going to take all of us to help keep the shooting sports alive and well. And my hope is that more and more clubs become a part of the community, and that is a big first step in the right direction. Thanks to all the clubs around the state doing their part to keep our outdoor traditions alive and well here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Well, with the Firearm Deer opener next week, we thought we'd spend a little bit of time at a gun range and find out more about some of the popular calibers that many of us Michigan hunters use. The .30-06, the .450 Bushmaster, and the .350 Legend. So we're going to take some wet Woods and Waters newspapers that we've had soaking for weeks, and we're going to shoot the bullets into them and show everybody what the bullet recovery looks like, because we get all kinds of stories of people saying, I don't like this bullet because it doesn't expand, I don't like that bullet. Same thing with broadheads and everything like that. We're just going to show you as we dig them out exactly the difference between at least these three calibers, a 30-06, a 350, and a 450. Ready?
Yep.
And then a 350.
That's 350?
Yeah. Okay. So we've got 350, a 450, and a 30-06 just to see what the expansion is on the bullets out there. Let's go look. Okay, so we did this in order. 350 was over here, and this kind of tells the story right here. Just a 350 hole, the 450 hole, which obviously is devastating, and then a 30-06 hole. So now we're going to dig through all this newspaper, or actually it's Woods and Waters paper, because we're big Woods and Waters fans. And this is some leftover stuff. So we got this 30-06 going through here, and it went through the first stack, into the second stack here. And my thumb's still through this hole right here. So this is going to be a 30-06 core lock bullet, 150 grain core lock.
And how many yards we have?
This is 100 yards, and this is the damage we got. This is what we recovered out of basically wet newspaper, wet Woods and Waters papers. And this is how we test bullet performance, how they hold together. So there's 150 grain Remington core lock. So this one went in and just exploded on impact and just made this kind of damage right off the bat. That it just basically made this into pulp, where the 30-06 did the same type of thing. Okay. So we're going to follow this through. Still a big hole. My fingers fit right through this whole hole system yet. Still going through. And there is the recovered 450 Bushmaster. You can see a pedal there. You can see a pedal bent right back here. That bent right over. That one's bent over. So we can take them into the shop and actually weigh them and see what we retained for weight too. So the 350 hit right here in the center, and that did come right back. That did a good job back here.
Randy was shooting these calibers in 3 different grain bullets, as these are the weights his customers typically use for deer hunting out of these rifles. Next, he'd check on the penetration of each round.
Pretty darn close. The 30-06, I believe, is actually the furthest one. That went in the furthest, but it's doing 3,500, well, 3,000 feet a second. The 450 went a little bit deeper, about 5 books deeper than what the 350 did, just with a whole lot more devastating power and of course a whole lot more weight doing it. So this 350 bullet, the 450 bullet, and then the 30-06 bullet. So honestly, the 30-06 is the least scary looking because that's the smallest of all of them. So it's a 30 caliber, so the 35 350, the 45 caliber 450, and then a 30-06 bullet. Okay, so we brought them back to the shop here. We got them all cleaned up. This is what the bullets look like now. You can see that peel. It was full of newspaper particle before, but look at that perfect peel from the, this is the 450 bullet with all those petals just peeled right back. Okay. Beautifully like that. Just did exactly what it's supposed to. The 350 bullet, there's the base of it. The front had all the petals peeled back, make that little mushroom. And this was a 30-06 bullet, which really peeled back. Was going too fast, obviously melted the lead and everything right back into the bullet. So the 450 bullet was 250 grains, and it came out to 203, and that's all in lost lead and petals that are copper that peeled off. Okay. And then we take the 350 bullet, which was 180 grains, and it lost 30 grains in peeling back. The 150 grain 30-06 bullet lost 50 grains. 350 started out as 180 grains, got down to 150 grains going through. Still did the job nicely. 30-06
you're even going faster. So the hydrostatic shock, when it hits that moisture, that's when it does the most damage. The faster the speed, the more hydrostatic shock you get. And of course, the bigger the bullet's always going to do more damage.
Special thanks to Randy Brown for a good lesson on ballistics of different hunting calibers, and good luck to everyone hitting the deer woods on November 15th.
Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. If you missed part of this week's show or you want to see something again, you can always check us out online. You can do that through our website, our different social media platforms, as well as YouTube, so lots of places that you can be checking us out. Make sure you are joining us over the next several weeks. We're going to have cameras around the state of Michigan for the firearm deer season next week. It should be a lot of fun. Get out and enjoy this time of the year in our great state, and if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO-2-ALTA.
By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971, with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's. On the web at jaysportinggoods.com.
By Showspan, producing consumer shows including the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit, January 12th through 15th at Novi Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features fishing tackle, trips, boats, and seminars from top pros. The Ultimate Fishing Show, Novi, January 12th through 15th.
Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above.